This should have enough charge on it now, hopefully. All right. We wait again. I think that sounds great. RRW. Yeah, but the only excitement I've had today is OBS crashing out on me. I'll take anything right now. What you up to, man? We're allegedly supposed to be getting a quote-unquote lot of games for both systems of N64 Xbox Original. But we'll see. Same here. Except there's no real work to do at work. This would be one of those perfect days if I actually had all of the soldering equipment and stuff like that here. I could be knocking stuff out. But I took it all home because while I was in the store, there was never any time to get any of it done. Somebody called yesterday asking if I bought consoles and games. I mean, I get that question asked more, almost as much as if I'm hiring. And it literally says buy, sell, trade out on the front window on the website, whatever. But anyway, yeah. Then he says, yeah, he's got a Xbox Original, N64, a bunch of games, stuff like that. Asked if I was wanting to buy them. Oh, I've got like 4 copies of Battletoads. People are smart enough not to buy it. Well, waiting for a call back from the VA about my medical emergency now going on 2 weeks ago. $2 weeks for a follow-up to an ER visit, and they're getting ready to get laid off another 65,000 workers. This is going to go swell. Of course, the only other option for me is to get on my wife's insurance plan where I'm pretty much just paying everything out of pocket. Like, that's how good it is. I mean, to be fair, they did call me this morning, but it's when I was, in the bathroom getting ready and I missed the phone call. Called them back. Oh, she's with a patient. She'll have to call you back. Okay. Ooh. No. If I separate, it's gonna stay. I'm moving out, get my single wide trailer, maybe even an RV camper. Just me and the cat. Actually, never mind. No, I don't want a cat in a stinky litter box in a trailer or a camper. Could be practicing some Batman runs because I did absolutely horrible in my one attempt yesterday. Couldn't even get out of the ooze. Well, I mean, I never really was a super dedicated speedrunner. Like, I just, the grind to get good enough to be top tier, not there for me. But it's just like, now here, I get home and if I'm not working on a console or something like that, like Wednesdays I'm watching AEW wrestling. And other days, and a little one might want to play like a board game or something like that, and then like I get stuck on something, kind of like right now. I'm on Elden Ring, and I'm horrible at that too. For a while, it was PUBG, and then in between, I scatter in like a Batman or something like that. But I always went into it not really wanting to quote unquote speed run that game. Just get good enough where I could beat it fairly consistently and just put a clock to it and see if I get faster. I'm at about 20 minutes, 30 seconds, I think, is what my fastest run was. And I only officially timed it for one day, so lots of room for improvement. Just no want or will to grind. I'd love to do another equipmentless Dragon Warrior run, but an 18-hour run like that, I already know it ain't gonna happen. Especially the older I'm getting. The older I'm getting, the smaller the bladder is. Now, there. That's not fun. I missed the garbage can. Full transparency. Let's go. GG's. Never even played Two Worlds. I don't even know if that's a meme run or whatever else, but congratulations. Oh, scope. So our buddy Super Joe, he went and ordered that for me. I forgot to show Butts this morning when he was in earlier. I'm sure he would appreciate it, as that man single-handedly destroyed Seahawks. We're going to put it right over there next to heel John Cena. That's funny. That's almost as good as like Spyro. The boss level is like right underneath the starting zone. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good. Not too bad.
You got any PSPs?
No PSPs, but the games are down there in the glass case.
Guitar Hero. Got any like Guitar Hero sets or?
The red one is a Rock Band 3 exclusive guitar. Then the other ones are Guitar Heroes.
You see, they have like a live service right now. Just down. Steam. Remember I get that game from? Oh yeah. Yeah, it is. Ooh, you got any PS2s for sale?
I got that one fat model right there, and then behind you, up above, I have a slim complete in the box.
Actually debating selling PS5. Debating selling my PS5. Switch to. But that's not even the problem is, I told you, if that's just a system, you buy the games.
Do you ever get into with the DJ Hero?
I've never had the actual system.
Nobody has.
No.
Got a couple of the games up there, but the actual turntables have never come in.
No?
Nope.
Rare.
Do you
Odyssey?
do you know what one would go for?
Just look it up.
Get an Atari? That's actually really cheap. Like it's compared to the other one I told you I was more.
Why? How much is it?
Ooh, is this like the cheapest PS5 controller you got?
It's the only PS5 controller I got. So yes, it is both the cheapest and the most expensive.
You got no like stick drift or is it used?
I fire it up, do a couple controls with it, make sure it works. As far as stick drift, I couldn't tell you, but I do have a friend that found a website that you can plug those things into and recalibrate the stick drift.
Interesting.
Let's see, DJ Hero.
$200.
360 turntable. If it was loose, about $38. Wii 22, PlayStation 3 22.
I gave one away. Yeah, what do you see with it?
No, actually, I didn't play it.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, thanks for coming in, guys. Yeah, homeboy said he wants to sell his PS5 to get a PS2 and then a Switch 2. They've already said the Switch 2 is going to be about $400, so and you ain't selling a PS5 for that nowadays. Good luck though. Did the Seahawks cared about winning ever since about 2015? Fun, fun, fun until Daddy takes the T-Bird away. Ugh. Hmm. Let's see. More watermelons. On. All right, need GameCube adapter. One of each wee thing. Chuck. Remote. Remote. Nunchuck. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, restock completed. All right, I'm gonna mute the mic and go potty. Oh, I suck. That was horrible. Going.
You Eric?
I am.
I called you yesterday
Yes, sir.
about those consoles.
Yeah.
My name's Ryan.
Nice to meet you. Yes, sir.
You want to bring them in here? Or?
Bring them on in, and I got the laptop down this way. It's happening. It's happening. Yes, sir.
I got one more box of real quick.
Alrighty. Dude was not lying. Holy camoly. With the headset, nice. SOCOM with the headset. Hell yeah.
Two of the files in there, there's a Navy SEAL game and a San Andreas that I haven't allocated to this yet, but
Okay.
I know where they're at.
Yeah, you weren't lying.
Yeah, 40 years of gaming, dude, so.
And getting rid of it now. Why?
Well, because my wife's on my ass about it. So she's like, we're trying to clean up our media room. So I got to be a good husband. And I don't, to be honest with you, as of late, for like the last 6 years, I've been playing the Switch and
Gotcha.
PlayStation 4. So
Well, I mean, this all started because I was trying to collect the NES, the entire set.
Super NES or
No, the regular NES.
cool.
And it was easy. Once we opened this up, it was easier for me to kind of get rid of it and bring it into the store because I was playing the same 5 games.
Yeah.
So it's just
getting a rut. It's like, dude, I gotta. Especially the games today. It's like you have all this stuff that you can
I can't stand the games of today.
try to get. Well, yeah, they're not like they used to be,
No, not at all.
but they all this button mashing shit.
Yeah.
I got 2 10-year-olds, so you try to play one of these games with them, they're like, graphics suck, Dad. It's like,
So-
well, that's all we had, dude.
Not this
That's
007.
16-bit, bro.
Yeah, not this 007 with the GoldenEye. You ever see the video of the dad trying to get his son to play it?
No, I've seen a lot of TikToks about the pause music and all that.
Well, the pause music is one, but the dad's just like, get over here, boy. I'm going to bust your ass. I'm about to bust your ass. And the kid's like, graphics suck. Dad's like, pick up that controller.
Sorry, dude, I tried to get it in there, but
Oh, you're fine.
so
So
anymore.
I didn't even see some of these were complete in box. I'm going to tell you straight up right now, in the store, I don't have enough cash to pay for it. So
Well, I know you've been in business for a couple of years. I've just
Yep.
been kind of dragging my feet because, you know, I'm sure you're married or have been. I don't know, but you like going one ear and out the other. So,
well,
especially when you
shoot.
have 2 kids. And
Well, yeah, and then like I don't know if
that's
it's
one thing my wife was bitching about. I said, well, most of these, like if they're in the original package, I understand what you're saying, but it's worth more money, correct?
Yes,
With-
a lot more.
with
Like
the
this one
instructions and all
especially.
that, Yeah.
yeah.
And then I went to just to kind of fill them up, but GameStop, which that place is a crock of shit. Excuse my French, but they're like, well, it's mostly off of popularity. I'm thinking, well, what is that?
Yes, some of it's off of popularity, but some of it's also off of the
Rarity.
fact that they didn't make very many of them, and yeah. And one big misunderstanding is like old ET from the Atari. People think because they destroyed like half of them that it's worth like no, it's
Yeah.
they destroyed half of them, and there's still so many of them out there that it's still a $10 game.
I also have
Oh, get careful! Oh, yeah,
a bunch of
look at that agility.
consoles out there too, but I don't know if you're interested in them.
Well, it's I mean, yes.
So I have original Sega Genesis. I have not one but 2 Nintendo 64s with controllers. I have not one but 2 PlayStation 2s and controllers, and I have the original Xbox
Okay.
controllers, and then also have the 32X for Sega.
Need one. Yep.
With the RF.
The last one I had, I
The only
sold.
thing
So
I can't speak for, because a lot of this stuff is, like growing up and stuff.
Right.
But you know how there's got 2 clips on there? I
Right.
can't speak if there's 2 clips for the 32X. I know I have the modulator. I don't know how hard it is for you to get your hands on the clips.
I don't
Probably
even
not
know
that
what the
easy.
clips are that
Well,
you're
the clips that hold, like, you have your 16-bit original,
right.
Sega.
Mhm.
So it's got like these metal clips that you put in the cartridge thing to hold it open to where you could put your 32X mod in there.
As far as I remember, it literally just went right into the cartridge slot.
Well, this one's got like metal clips. I remember 'cause
Oh.
my dad, it took him like a week to get it in there. So
Oh,
pain in the ass. So
that'd be new to me though. All right.
Steve,
Oh, dude, this is not dusty. This is very well taken.
40
What
years
what
is-
I have, garnered in the 2+ years of having the store, people that take care of this stuff are the minority.
Well, and smoke damage too, because my dad smoked like a freight train. So
You don't know smoke damage yet. Because again, I'm looking at these and like this is clean. All right, so set that over there. Where'd you have the other one? Oh, gotcha.
cartridges and there's some save things in there.
Okay.
I don't know if you need those. I think there's one cartridge in there that's probably useless. It's like a South Park game that somebody ripped off.
Believe it or not, still got value. So like all my cartridge games, I call them good, fair, poor condition. Just as long as,
Definitely poor.
yeah. But I mean, somebody will buy it just because. Yeah, no, that's it. You can see what it is. That's I've got worse.
I remember getting in a fight over that when I was a kid.
All right.
Thanks, dude.
Yes, sir. So, just so you know, what I do is I do every single item individually, so that way everybody's getting the best deal out of everything. Generally, cash value I'm doing about 55 to 50 or yeah, 55 to 50% off of going rate. But some of these are in really good condition, so I'm going to bump it up a little bit, just as long as the discs are maintained and stuff like that.
So give me an example, like for one cartridge, what do you think?
I mean, Madden 2001, I'm probably selling this for $20, just because it's Madden. So I'm giving you probably 10 to $11 for that.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
Yeah,
And I know I mean, nowhere near can you give me like 60 like they were, I get it. But
right.
I was just trying to make some of the headway.
Yeah, so
And also see if you're interested in the cartridge.
like I said, I'm gonna be here for a while. If you want to bring the consoles, then I can give you an overall number.
No box, dude, that I don't want to carry in here. You'll have to go out and look in the truck, dude.
Gotcha.
Like I said, it's got all that shit. It's got the guitars. I think there's 2 or 3 for Guitar Hero.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just too heavy.
I hear you. So if you want to do everything, I can give you a number for everything all at once. But like I said, I know for a fact I don't have cash in store for all of this. Just looking at some of the complete in box N64 games. But what I can do is give you a number what I've offered you. We can either take it back and hold it here or whatever you want to do, and then I can get cash to complete it once we work out the arrangement and stuff like that. What's that?
Like just come in and get the cash from you. Is what
Yeah,
you're saying? Okay. Yeah. Let's.
And I can have a printed out breakdown of everything for you and everything like that
and then
too.
I was
So
going to ask you too. But is there anybody else that like buys retro games like this? Because
There-
the only place that I found.
there are. You'd have to go into Fort Worth or down into Weatherford.
Okay.
I can only speak for myself, but a lot of people told me I'm the best deal that there is in town.
Well, that's why I'm
So,
here.
yeah.
But, yeah, I was just curious, man. Like I said, yeah, I guess let's go ahead and write it up if you don't mind, and
Okay.
we'll see where we're at, and
Sure.
let's do these first, and then we'll go look at the console.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, luckily you don't have any of the Blu-ray based games in here, so those I really have to pay particular attention to, because one little micro scratch can cause it to not work,
Really?
and you can't resurface them.
Yeah, most of my stuff, like even when I had it, I would always make sure it was clean.
Yeah, and like I said,
You
it's
never really had any issue with these. It was always the original Nintendo. You had to take the cartridge out, blow on it, and all that because it overheated.
I mean,
Right. Exactly.
but yeah, like I was saying though, it's just like the people that actually take care of their stuff is overwhelmingly the minority.
Well, I mean, it's just one of those things that it's just gonna. Hopefully, it'll excel in value. 'Cause
Some of it will.
I'm just surprised that like there's even a market for it. You know, 'cause it's like
There's always going to be a market for this kind of stuff. And the major video game companies are starting to pick up on it now. And that's why you see a lot of remakes,
remastered stuff.
remasters happening of the popular games because they're not making money on this old stuff.
Yeah, but it's a lot of like old school Namco and you know, where you get like 900 games in one. You know.
Well, not only that, no, I mean like even like the Metroids, they're remastering like
Well,
the
yeah.
old Primes. They're
Yeah, I have a couple of those.
yeah, so it's
That's true.
what is it? Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo. They just remastered that for the Switch. Before that, that cartridge on Super Nintendo was going for about $125. Once that came out, it basically went down to $60-$70.
Just wait till May and then it's come out. Hopefully this one's gonna be good.
God, Unreal Championship.
Yeah, dude.
That was
I don't know if you're serious about console.
back in the Air Force dorm days, man. This was this and then like, doing the Halo, LAN parties.
You're in the Air Force?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Nice. God, I have not seen such clean discs and like coming in not off of a resurfacer in so long. You have no idea like how giddy I feel about this.
I've just been waiting for the right time. Actually, my spare bedroom, so they've been out of heat,
Right.
air conditioned. So when I put everything together, I checked everything. Everything works. Every console works. Every controller works.
Cool.
Wow, the only thing I can't speak for, other than the fact that the last time I used it was a 32X that worked for the game and Doom. So, but which that's been years, over 20 years.
Right. Yeah. Whatever this was, the disc ain't even in it, so I think it was like one of those DVD like kind
Yeah,
of
there's
edition
more,
things.
PlayStation games. Yeah, so that's one.
Yeah. But
And there's
seeing the headset with this,
yeah.
oh my god. that drove me absolutely bonkers back in the day.
That one's in there. There's another Grand Theft. I think it's San Andreas. It doesn't have it, but I know where those two discs are at. So I just didn't get them yet. So
I mean, there's capacitors on everything. These are pretty much tanks, though. I've never really seen them, unless like somebody just absolutely didn't take care of them at all. But the big thing with these is a lot of people now they're coming out with like backlit screens, touch plates, and stuff like that, modding these things. So,
yeah, it's not an old school USB that I think I went from that to USB.
yeah, I'm not getting any juice on any set of batteries on this. Oh, there it goes. There's no charge, it's straight up battery. Yeah, I think the contacts just got a little. Yeah. And then if that's the case, so I got all my repair stuff in my garage now. Just, it was catch-22. Every time I try to work on something here, that's guaranteed people are coming in the door. Then I can never get anything done.
That's why I called, because I was like, I don't know if they're gonna make an appointment.
Nah. And then of course I set everything up in my garage, and then like 90% of my day I'm just like, I could be doing something right now. I just
Right. Me too, man. And you get yelled at, and it's like, all right, I will turn it off and do something.
right.
You get a minute, I'll be right back on. They don't understand that. It's like,
Oh, I mean,
some of them do. The good ones do.
I got lucky where my wife's a gamer too, so
That's cool, man.
and then my little one, she's 7. My oldest has moved out in Utah already. Anime, stuff like that. But the little one loves playing Switch and the modern Mario games, whatever.
Yeah, my kids do too.
And then but we'll also play Ninja Gaiden on NES. She loves trying to do the duck hunt and stuff like that. So it's just like nice little hybrid of both.
That's cool. Yeah, it's pretty much me and my son that play games. My daughter tries, but she just can't figure it out, so she gets frustrated.
Yeah.
And then my wife will play for like 5 minutes until she gets her ass kicked.
Yeah, I got my wife into it, back when we first got married. I'd set up Halo split screen, do the 50, the 50 kill match or whatever, and she's just getting obliterated. Like the final score would be like 50-3, to the point where I just had the sniper rifle, just watching her like come out on.
And then it's like, what do you tell them? It's like, well, I'm not gonna let you win. I'm not gonna learn anything.
Exactly. And that's why the little one doesn't last too long with me either, because I will not. I'll
Sometimes you gotta throw them out.
I'll maybe slow it down a little bit,
Yeah.
but I will not let her just straight up
Well,
win to
that's
win.
how
But
they get better, man.
yeah,
It's just like now we've been playing a lot of Madden 25, and sometimes it's just like, all right, I'm just gonna kerfuffle this play.
right.
You know, it's
Yeah, give them little victories without
So
the
just
major
kids,
one.
Because I remember
Yeah.
when I was a kid when we got the original Madden, and my dad would come home from work and be like, "Is your homework done?" I'm like, "Yes, sir." He's like, "All right, we're gonna play when we get done with dinner." And he would like obliterate me like 80-0. And at that age, what happens when you lose? You start crying.
Yep.
Because it's the end of the world. But I remember when that Lakers versus Celtics game
Yep.
came out. And there was a thing where when you threw the ball, you could steal it from the computer and score, right?
Yes.
That was like 200-300 to nothing, right?
Yep.
On the computer. And then my dad played, right? Well, he kept throwing the ball. I kept stealing it. And he's like, if you do that again, I'm going to whoop your ass. I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, Dad, if I let you win, you're not going to learn anything. And I remember that Sega got turned off and he drove me down the hall and beat the shit at me. Never played it again.
Yeah, I love those old, the Bulls versus Blazers and like that. Like that's where the basketball games ended for me. So right. Well, and it's like even before the newest, like college, like I was a college football buyer every year, but it even got to the point like around 12 and 13 where every move was a combination that you had to do and stuff like that, to the point where I literally had fun just doing the recruiting and then trying to basically be the coach. I wouldn't even play the games.
I would get a new PlayStation for just the new college game that came out, or this last year. But I quit playing it roughly around like 2010
Right.
on the PlayStation 2 because you could. Well, I guess you can on every game, but I'd go in and up my AI where it's 100% versus 0 on the computer and just crush them.
Yeah. My go-to, growing up was always Tecmo Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And even to this day, like I was broadcasting on Twitch. Once I won a game blindfolded. so then they nicknamed me. They made a little moniker and called me Tecmo Jesus. Hale and Worthy, man, that is awesome.
Of course, I never played with anybody other than I think
Right. Yeah, one of the few franchises that Jordan actually let his name be used in.
other than Nike. That was the first one, I think, right?
Mikey?
Nike.
Oh, Nike. Yeah.
Air Jordans.
Well, yeah, I was more referring to just the actual video games because, like, on that basketball TV up there, I have NBA Jam in there permanently, and yep, nope, it's Pippen and God, I don't even because it was not even Horace Grant.
Rodman.
No, not because before Rodman,
Oh, okay.
maybe Cartwright. Yeah,
That's probably got what's that dude from Seattle?
oh, Sean Kemp. Yeah, it's got Kemp and Shrimp. Detlef.
What's the little dude from
Yeah, Muggsy. You're talking about?
Muggsy,
Yeah, he's not on that one. It's Morning and Johnson, Grandmama.
Played for Charlotte, didn't he?
Yep.
That's old school, man.
Old John Madden. I love the old ones too. Well, like every once in a while, I'll get some kids like go pick up one of the Genesis Madden games. It's like that's absolutely nothing to what you know of now. They're like, really? It's like, yeah. I mean, literally, it was a 3-box window that had like one of the 3 buttons, and that's who you threw it to.
Good luck. And then a straight X and Y axis too. You can't,
Yep.
you can't do anything else. 16-bit flagging. So there you go. Enjoy.
Tommy Lasorda. I loved World Series baseball when it first came out because that was like the first one that like literally had play-by-play speaking of it and stuff like that. Now I can't stand it. I wish they would just give you the option to not have commentators in the game, but nice.
That's pretty much like when you hit a home run. It would like show the ball go up towards the screen and then out, like out of the into the parking lot or whatever. You would say something. But
God, both of the Illusion games too.
I remember growing up, my sister that was kind of her thing. She would play that and shit was regular
Mickey Mouse Capades.
Spelunker. Remember that?
Oh yeah, yep.
She'd play the shit out of that dude for hours.
That's a frustrating game.
Just sit there and watch her. I didn't really start gaming too much until we got the original Madden. That's when
Where did I? No. Yeah, so just leave that one there. I'm just trying to keep them separate. So
those two are. Like, do you want to pull those out? This one.
yeah.
This one here.
I mean that SOCOM 3, I think even complete in a box is like a $5 game at most.
It said there is when we get to the PlayStation. There's a San Andreas that's missing, but I know where it is.
Okay.
Sorry for not bringing them in.
Oh, you're fine. I get it. I had one old guy one day come in here. He's like, hey, my neighbor said you would buy these. I was getting ready to throw them out. They were my son's. He moved out 30 years ago. Any way you can help me come, get it out of my car? Sure. I mean, one of those old army style wooden boxes with the ropes on it, stuff like that. and it was nothing but complete in box Genesis, a Sega CD system in there. So it was like, and like he ended up walking out here with a couple $100. You know, obviously he's like, I can't believe I was just going to throw this away.
Worth it, dude. And that's what kind of the argument's been around my house. She's like, just go donate it. I'm like, dude, there's no way.
Yeah, no.
You're talking, you know, out of pocket thousands of dollars, dude.
Yes.
Almost 40 years of gaming. All the good memories, of course, you know, you can't compensate for any sentimental value.
Right. Oh, finish these two. Yeah, like I was telling you, these old cartridge games, I cannot keep them in stock.
Do you have Super NES cartridges?
Yeah, so the cheaper ones are on the wall. You can see where they're covered in the plastic. And then right next to the register are the pricey ones that stay in the case. It comes and goes pretty often. I'm not 100% sure if I still do or not. Well, that would be up in the case anyway, because that's close to like a $60 cartridge. Yeah, Mortal Kombat. I think, freshman in high school, maybe 8th grade when it came out, and my best friends at the time, his parents were, I don't want to say like pure Christian family, but you know, a lot of the stuff he wasn't allowed to do or anything like that. Yeah. So we would always go to the movies, walk into because back then you could still walk into the lobby before you had to buy your ticket. And we'd wait for the car to drive off, then we'd go right to the arcade. But then we'd have to like kind of, you know, pretend we knew the plot of whatever movie we watched in case they asked.
Smart. They get through, man. And actually be on time and come to pick you up.
Yeah.
Stuck in the middle of the game.
Well, we were usually out of money by then anyway, so. I mean, hell, now you can't even play a arcade game for under $1.
No, you gotta get one of those stupid cards.
Yep. Yeah, they got that one place down.
$100 for 10 minutes.
They got that one place down in Fort Worth.
Arcade.
It's like a cider arcade, but it's something that's more mom and poppy instead of franchise. $10 and you play all you want to. Yep.
There's one over not off of Camp Bowie, but somewhere towards my kids wrestle, so we stopped there and did that. And it's like $20 a person.
Okay.
Oh, you can play.
Right. Yeah.
I can't remember.
I mean, that's still work because even if I walked into an arcade, I'm generally getting $20 in quarters, and I'm there all day anyway. So.
Yeah.
All-Star Tennis. That's the first one.
The game twice.
It's got some value for being just a cheap annual sports game, though. Duke Nukem. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think I have it on the Switch too. It's cool thing because you go to the toilet, flush the toilet.
Right.
Cool thing.
Let's get on there.
God, as a kid, I wish I just. I mean, we didn't know what we didn't know, but like I just straight up remember. Oh, cool, Madden.
Awesome.
Yep.
No, my dad was big on that.
Yeah. So now the only thing that I have collection wise at my house is CIB NES games. So I'm halfway joking with my wife, like, yeah, I think I'm gonna try to collect all of them complete in box. She's like, yeah, good luck. She knows better. So right now I'm just doing like all my favorite games. Dante Culpepper. I remember watching him because I was living in Florida at the time. Back when he was with UCF. God, he was unstoppable down there. Yeah. Well, he was good enough to be a regular season good quarterback. Yeah. Yep.
You a Cowboys fan or?
I don't even watch football anymore.
It'd
What-
be interesting to see. I think they're trying to redo Dak's contract because he's a choke artist too.
Yep. Yeah, when for me it was like you can't even watch a single play without a flag anymore. And then it's just like basketball, like every play there's a penalty and a foul, and then of course all the player has to do is this, and then they're getting technical foul, and it's like this isn't even watchable anymore. NHL hockey is the only thing I can watch, and that's getting pretty close to getting bad too. Yeah. Right. Well, that and then yeah. I mean, I'm all about, player safety and stuff like that, but the athletes of today are so much bigger and stronger. And like what they're calling, basically flagrant headshots. Like the dude's 6'7" and he can skate 90 miles an hour. It's like, what do you want him to do? Mm-hmm.
And I worked the Cowboys RSI cart. Their, in case a player goes down cart.
Right.
And seeing those guys like just coming out and warming up, big guys, but when they put
Yeah.
all that shit on,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, oh my god,
Yeah.
you're huge.
And then it doesn't help any where the leagues protect the star players so much.
Quarterbacks.
Quarterback. I'm thinking hockey terms. Back in the 80s, you never skated across the center of the ice with your head down.
Yeah.
You were guaranteed to end up in the second row.
Oh, you're talking about when they were helmets.
Yeah, but now players get used to that because the star players that can do all those fancy maneuvers, that's what they're doing. And when a defenseman comes up to them and checks them out of their shoes, they're getting 10-minute misconducts and suspended fines, and like, just it's not the same anymore. And again, I'm like, yeah, let's protect the players, but at the same time, if the players ain't going to protect themselves, what's the point?
I get that side of it too.
Right.
I don't understand how with any sport they pay these people gobs of money like that. I mean, I know it's not the easiest thing to play that sport, but if you put time, effort, and energy into it, you could be just as good as anybody else. But
Well, not me.
some people I mean,
High school level, that's about where my cap was. I played baseball and tennis in high school, and then even in Pensacola, they actually had roller hockey leagues. So we would do that 3 days a week. And because hockey's my number one go-to, always has been. But then I just found out that there's an actual Dallas curling club, and they have a full-size hockey arena. And then I got me looking into they also do pickup ice hockey leagues too. I was just like, okay, yeah, my 46-year-old ass is going to go out there, huff and puff, and get injured, and I'm going to love every minute of it. I haven't even been on ice skates since I was 12. I'm originally from Pennsylvania, so. But I mean, roller hockey and ice skating, or rollerblades and ice skates are basically the same thing, just a smaller surface tension, so you lose your edge a lot easier on ice skates. I go out there probably after about 2 sessions and be fine again, but because I rollerblade still into my mid-30s. The little PVC pipe thing. It is, yeah. I mean, you will definitely feel it. Ooh, there's a variant to this.
So you have like a Kelly Blue Book for video games?
So there's a website called Price Charting, and what they do, like all kind of video games, pop figures, comic books, big cards, and stuff like that. They basically take an average of like their own website sales, eBay sales, Amazon sales, and then come up with an average price of what everything's
Yeah, because that's
valued
one
at.
thing I was looking at on eBay too. Because like you look at one like Xbox, original Xbox, and it's like 120, and then the other one's like 240, and it's like,
Yeah.
Of course, eBay, all that is like the seller is putting their
Yeah. And that's what I tell everybody. Like, if you go to eBay to try to get a price, which is fine, but go to that item's sales, not what people have it listed for. Because I mean, I could take this green canister and say, "Oh, this is $400." Doesn't mean that it's $400.
And then you got to worry about, is it in the shape that they
Right.
say it is
Yep.
when it comes to them?
And then I get that not too terribly off, because I've built a pretty good reputation around here now. But every once in a while, I'll still get I'll just get it cheaper on eBay. Well, good luck. when it comes back and when it comes back and you need to get it resurfaced or something like that, I won't rub it in your face too much.
How long have you been? 2-3 years?
We opened in January 2 years ago. Yep. Not too long, but I'll say back then I definitely didn't have the money for it. Really excited about all these CIB cases, but like I hated the N64 with a passion, where like I wouldn't even want to collect any of these.
Yeah, it's kind of my second gaming system that I got. And I completely quit playing it when the PlayStation 2 came out.
Yeah, I had I had it, but it was also about I hated it because the controller was just so stupid. And then it's also about the time I got kicked out of the house and couldn't really, with my high school job, just go out and buy new games with my paycheck and stuff like that. So I didn't get a lot of exposure. I think Star Wars Racer and then NWO Revenge were the only 2 games I had. And I love those games, but I mean, I played them over and over again. But once in a while, I'd go rent like Mario 64, and the 3D aspect of things just never clicked with me.
Computers and San Andreas,
Okay.
I think.
Yep.
We do that, for sure. Yeah, 'cause the other day, my wife was like, "What are you going through?" It's like, "Just gotta make sure the fucking discs are in there." Bring them in. So we'll be like, "Hey, you want to buy this?"
You bought this back in 2006 for $50. I love seeing that stuff, man. It's awesome.
My dad taught me, he's like, always keep the receipt. Yes, sir. Yeah, some of these, I don't know, like if you're from this area, but I remember like for that Doom 32X,
Mhm.
there was a place in the Parks Mall, a video game place called Babbage's.
I remember Babbage's,
And there
but
was
yeah.
a receipt for like April 26th of 94 at 6 o'clock. And we went in and bought that shit.
Nice.
Oh, man.
Yeah, one of the Nintendo games I have complete in box. I didn't buy it brand new. I ended up getting it, down secondhand or whatever. But it still got the plastic on it, so they basically just cut right on the top, so it didn't open the flap and kept everything like that. On the plastic, it's got a Woolworth sticker on it where they paid $29.99 for. I was like, Woolworth, holy cow!
Wow, dude. But they don't have any like good video game stores like that anymore.
No,
GameStop or
and they're even getting out of the business because it's going all digital. So yeah, I went to the one in Arlington when they came out with their retro game stops. There's like one row of like PS3 games on it. I'm like, oh my god, because obviously for
got you in there though.
well, for obvious reasons, I'm starting to worry because, okay, this is a company that's got national bank backing and stuff like that. What are we getting into? And then when I actually looked and see what they had, I was like, okay, never mind. I'm not worried. Not worried at all. To this day, this is still the only God of War I've ever played through.
Got that on PSP too. That's a good series, dude.
I have the two PSP games downloaded on my PS3, but I don't remember what my account to log in is. And it teases me every time I turn it on. Both of the logos are right there, and it's just like I click on it, it's just like, please log into your account. Like, ah! And not only the receipts, but the passwords and
Yeah.
tip sheets too. Yeah. I'm gonna mark it up an extra 40% just because it's got the cheat codes in it for you.
Those would come in handy.
I mean, I've never even heard of that game.
That's a pretty badass game, dude, for like a first-person shooter.
If you paid $40 at GameStop for it, you've made money on it already.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Must be that obscure.
I've never even heard of it before, but
That's pretty cool. The graphics are, not very good, but
I mean, it's PlayStation 2, so.
well, back in the day. I think there's that. I don't know if that's in that pile, but I think I bought that and this gun club game where you just like shoot targets and stuff.
Yeah, I got it coming up right here. Another one I never even heard of, so I'm kind of curious now looking at it.
It's got a bunch of different makes and models of guns that you just shoot. $2.
About $8.
Some of those I bought when I was supposed to be at because I used to work for this company called Premier Concepts where I was building displays for Walmart.
Right.
So I pretty much just go over to see what they had, and I'm like, oh, that looks fun. I'll play that after work today.
So that was me in the Air Force because for the first time in my life, like, I don't have rent because I'm in the house, in the the dorms and stuff like that, or they're paying for everything, and so now I just have all this money. I just go buy video games, and it was around this era when I opened the store. I still had several Xbox original PS2 games factory sealed that were mine. I just never even opened them. Never played them. And then a couple of them were over $200 just because they were still sealed. So
That's cool, dude. Have you ever played the Manhunt series?
I have not.
Dude,
But I know. Every time I get that in, it's gone almost instantly. So, oh, you did have some duplicates. Okay. Yeah, this game I played up till the drone scene through the warehouse. Couldn't get through it, and I was like, I'm done.
yeah, it's just like just a day though, because the accesses are inverted, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
You're trying to do it through a time constraint. I remember that level. Can't tell you how many remotes I broke.
Yeah, I was it's one of my favorite stories because, you know, PS3, 4, and 5 controllers are the most asked for things here just because they're always broken when they get consoles in. They're always, none of them work. But my mom beat me pretty good very early in life because at the Nintendo era, I was a thrower. And, yep, you're every time I hear that thing, you're going to get your ass beat. And then if you break it, you're not getting another one until you can find money to buy one. And I went a couple months without playing a Nintendo because I could take the ass beatings, but, you know.
Yeah, and those are like just the right size at the age to just sit there and
Yeah.
squeeze the
Yep.
shit out of you.
Well, they're perfect. You just grab that corner and just. And believe it or not, out here, those sports games sell a lot better than I ever thought they would. And I think it's just because this area in general is really big sports oriented, you know, part of town or part of the country. But then especially the NCAA games, they go like, yeah. Especially the ones that have any kind of Texas player on them. Like the one with Crabtree never stays here. The Ricky Williams old PlayStation 1 one. Every time I even think of that dude, all I can think of is Ditka dressed up.
When he played for Miami for like, what 1 year?
Yeah.
Got popped for smoking. Why not let him, dude? Fuck around with that.
I mean, now they don't even.
Yeah.
They say they test for it, but there ain't no way. No.
Well, they may test, but it's like, 3 months in advance. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
we're gonna test you. So cut back on your cycle.
Or you ever watch Blue Mountain State?
Yeah.
So, parody spin-off, super dude-oriented comedy of college football or whatever. And they got advance notice that NCAA was coming around for the testing. So So they're walking around like, getting, clean piss from all the clean players or whatever. And then the one dude, he took rabies right beforehand. So they ended up coming up with a fake penis. Or whatever. I was just,
Football movie, The Program.
oh yeah, yep,
That
yep.
guy's in the stall and he puts that tube in his penis and gives him his piss. It's like, yeah, Lattimore.
Latimer, yep.
Yeah, big dude that played. He was in Street Fighter too. He played Zangief or whatever the big
Oh, was that him?
Russian dude. Yeah, he looks like shit now, dude, because he's not on any steroids or anything.
Right.
He's still alive though. Amazing.
Yeah, that dude was in a couple movies like in that era.
And then the one guy that played the quarterback, he was in that old movie called, I'm sure you've seen it, it was called Nightbreed. Remember that movie?
Mm-mm.
It's like an old, early 90s. He's like hardly recognizable now because he's had all this plastic surgery.
Trying to think who the quarterback was in that.
He's in some other movies.
I keep-
He was in River Runs Through It too. Brad Pitt. He was the other brother.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know his name, but because I kept thinking of Paul Walker, but that was Friday Night Lights
No, he was in Varsity Blues.
or Varsity Blues. But yeah.
Life was the dude, Lucas Black from Sling Blade when he got older.
Okay, yep.
And of course, Billy Bob was in it too.
That's a dude that like. It's one of those. He's one of those actors. His range is so ginormous, but he never gets like a lot of key roles in anything.
Yeah. Well, he's in like a new show on, I don't know if it's Max, but it's called Oilman or something. I've seen it advertised.
Yeah, it's kind of look kind of like where they wanted it to be like the Yellowstone.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
The first like 2 seasons were good, especially when they had that machine gun fight. Scarface, the knockoff. Grand Theft.
Yeah.
Also, I have a.
What also went with the box?
That was it.
Really?
Sure, yeah. I think it was a poster that came out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just had somebody call last week if I had this one.
Tote that we haven't looked at yet. It's actually, yeah, it's out. You actually put the game manual,
Okay.
the walkthrough.
Yeah, I had one copy of this and I ended up selling it to my cousin. I went home to Pennsylvania for a funeral. And, we were all, BSing around or whatever. And he's like, "Oh, you own a game store now?" Like, yeah. I was like, "Yeah, Scarface." I was like, "I do." So I got back down here and, found it and just sold it to him. This game. Oh, talk about what would piss me off. That they're like trying to play single player. Like the multiplayer was fine, but trying to play single player and like, "Bravo, flank left," and like they're sitting there standing, or then they start firing. I was like, "What?" I was like, "Thanks for trying, but let's get it perfected before you release it."
Or the headset doesn't work and you're playing multiplayer.
Right. All right, that is everything out of this bunch, and we are already at $1,060.
So 50% would be.
Yeah, that is 50%.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, do you want to go look at this stuff and then?
Yeah.
Right. Then I'll leave this here now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know how much I would get if I brought those?
I mean, SOCOM 3 is like a $3 or $4 game for obvious reasons. San Andreas goes for 12 to 15, I think, and then that Doom 3, I don't even know what it is. So
All that. Yeah, that's,
yeah. So I mean, you're not missing out on a whole heap with those.
Like carry this big ass tote in, or do you just want to look at it?
It's how I get all my stuff in from the house, though. Maybe not quite this big, but you want to close it up?
I'll come back and get. You want to carry it in, or you want to look at it here?
No, we can just carry it right in. Luckily, they're low steps.
That's what my main concern, because I was thinking, oh, I don't know if he's upstairs or downstairs. So, where you want to do.
Just put it right down next to these boxes here. And actually, as good as everything else is, normally I check every console. I'm not even gonna do it.
So that's the stuff on those, but there's the 9932X.
Okay.
Controllers, I think these are same things that are still in the package.
I don't know what that is.
Like you plug it in the Nintendo 64 to save. It's like a save.
Oh, it's a memory card.
Yeah,
Okay,
save pack.
gotcha. Actually, let's do this.
RF unit. Change your TV. Digital to analog.
Well, what's funny is a lot of people ask, is like, well, how can I play these old consoles on modern TVs? Because they don't have the AV or whatever. Almost every one of them have the satellite connection still. But I also sell upscalers too.
Maybe DVD player. I don't know.
Don't think I need that. Unless it was the VHS DVD combo. Those go for some money. Yeah, I don't even know if those clips were necessary, whatever you're talking about, because like every one that I've ever had has always just been this.
I think they were like contacts for these plates. I don't remember how, because my dad was the one that put it in. And like I said, it was like a metal
Wonder if it was like a grounding protection or something.
clip that held that open to where you could.
Oh.
So. Sorry about all of this.
Dude, this is nothing. That's one thing I'm not from Texas, like you were asking earlier. One thing I've learned very quickly, it don't matter how well you protect your stuff, that Texas red clay will get into everything. See.
So already.
So unfortunately, all the 501 things, I don't even deal with them. I try to stick with the authentic stuff. Expansion pack, nice. All right, so 2 N64s with 1 yellow controller. So when I do the consoles, I generally count one controller with the console because that's the same way that I'll sell them, and then any extras I'll add on. So like that yellow one there.
What do you do with like the hard drives and stuff? You wipe the hard drives of the Xboxes and stuff?
Generally, yes. But every once in a while, like I just had a guy traded in a PS3 and he had a bunch of games downloaded on it. He's like, the store's closed. They can't access anything on there. Go ahead. So I always just say, if you've got games on there, it's up to your choice whether you want to wipe it.
Take them, wipe them.
Yeah.
Also use it, I think, and
Right.
it's like I'm taking like every CD I own and put through that. Gobs of vinyl tapes, cassette tapes.
Now the vinyl, you find the right buyer, you can get some money for that stuff for sure.
I mean, we're talking like old school, like all the Sabbath lineup, because they're all my dad's vinyls and stuff, dude. You know,
Right.
Jethro Tull. I mean, just gobs of them.
Yeah, for the longest time. So I worked for Boeing before this out in Seattle, and I had my own, like literally finished basement downstairs man cave, which was how it could have the whole collection and stuff like that. And I was looking for the old console, like the lift up drawer with the LP, the 8-track, and the stereo, and I never found one. At least not in working condition.
My wife a few years back bought me. It plays vinyl, 8-track, CD, and cassettes.
Wow.
She got it on Amazon, and I've used it like one time, but it wasn't.
Yeah, unfortunately now we're in a much smaller place and I don't have room for it, but the old Duke, my favorite controller of all time. That big old beastie bastard. Oh God. Is this a fat model? It is fat. So this one I am going to fire up. Just because this is the red ring of death, yep.
This one there too, or maybe.
I mean, this is the first thing that I've whiffed your father's smoking habits.
I don't know what this is about either. It said it's coffee on it.
Oh, no. Where is... Oh, got tangled up in this. That's where it was. I was like, everything else is in here, but we're missing the 3-prong. The most common part of it, all of it. Oh, you're right. No, that's the Xbox side. Uh, just trying to think, because I think I had a third-party wired controller here at one point. But I think I ended up tossing it, but excuse me. Quit apologizing. Oh no, but it's still here. Nice. And that way I ain't got to worry about syncing or anything like that. Hold on to your butts. Got so quiet for being a fat model too. Let's get the processor going and make sure she ain't gonna poop on us there. Beavis. What era did you grow up in? Well, it was played, I'm going to say relatively recently because this is the new interface. If you remember, the original one had what they call the blades. Yeah, it's... Uh-oh.
It's not spinning it.
Yep. Nope.
It's not working.
No, sir. So I'm a little sad just because it was complete in box, but at the same time, there's a reason why I don't generally take the fat models in.
Bummer, man.
Yeah, the only fat models I've ever actually brought in were complete in box or special editions, like the Resident Evil 5 and stuff like that. Like I said, out of all that stuff, and that's the first time I even smelled, 30 years of cigarettes. And there's that.
Yeah, this thing's still lit up too.
Yeah, because it still holds power in there for a while. That's why they tell you whenever you unplug something, always ground yourself first, because there is still always an active charge in them. Actually, I lied. I'm going to check this too. Just because the lasers, you can't replace them anymore without paying about $80 for it. And a lot of people buy PlayStation 2 just because of their backwards capability. And if it doesn't work backwards, then it's a deal breaker in a lot of cases. Oh crap. I'll let you pull. I'll hold the box. Yeah, last time it was put in, the flaps got stuck inside there.
Definitely is. Bit of everything.
Boom. Oh, I just unplugged it. Like, we. Still not getting anything. Nope. I was not even getting power. Which I do know that these things are prone to the power board going bad on them. That's probably what happened here. Yep, no power. So sadly, I'll have to pass on this one too.
Another one at home. I'm sure it was still there. Finally got a bit.
As I say, it can't be that tough. I used to, test aircraft for a living. Yeah. Yeah, so something like this, you'd probably, like if you wanted to do the eBay route, probably still find somebody.
Okay. Let him know it's.
Yep, just say for parts as is, but
You
it,
said you think it's for what?
the power supply. Yeah. Or the power board or whatever you want to call it. Just... Everything fit in there going in.
Fuck this box. Just leave it like that. I'm gonna try. Oh, you want the Xbox out too?
Yeah, yeah, I'll fire up too. Actually, I said I'm not going to, but
Oh, yeah.
and then like as those ones are capacitor problems, but
So.
the RF cable one nobody's ever going to use anyway.
Well, unless your TV poor, man. So something been turned on and.
Well, and unfortunately, that's kind of the worry. Just because if those capacitors haven't had charges going through them, then that's where they leak. But this one, if it does the same normal things, even if it doesn't work, I'll take it as long as it's not something new that it doesn't work. But it's just that era of capacitors on this thing that were known to go bad. Just late 90s, early 2000s, whatever imported.
I never had one that.
I've only seen one red ring of death on one of these. Yeah. Other than the capacitor problems with these things, they're generally pretty good. Yes, sir. Yep, absolutely. Where's that big, burly, beautiful bastard? Yeah, for whatever reason, this thing always ends up that way. Nothing a little simple green doesn't take care of. About a 5 to 10% simple green. Then I have an ultrasonic cleaner at my house. I've only had to.
Like down to like take the casings and all that stuff off. And
Yep.
blow the dust out.
Yep.
That's cool.
As long to a point. So like if that PlayStation worked, that one was pretty bad. I'd probably gut it and do a full clean job on it. If it was just like shed dirt and dust and stuff like that, I just blow it out as
You
long
do
as it
that-
worked.
You do that kind of stuff in house here?
Nope.
Or like you bring it in, it's like, hey, can you clean
No,
this?
no. Just cause I mean, you're coming in,
That's
there
all
hasn't
you
been a
really do.
person here, but normally I just don't have the time for it. All right, no pops. It's good sound. Oh, what is this? Red ring. That's their equivalent of it. Let me see. Error 12. Oh, dude.
I just want you to think I'm trying to pull a fast one.
Not at all. Not at all. So those error codes, each one of them that comes up has a different thing. Yeah. Was it 12 or 14? Derived parameters or transfer protocols not functioning. Let's see. Yeah, almost every one of those, like now computer-based consoles. Yeah.
Like they said, they're like mini computers.
Yep. Could be as simple as just opening it up and reseating the board, or it could be resoldering wires. I'll pass. I mean, I have solder stuff at the house, but
Yes.
well, yeah, and I was about to say it's part of the reason why I don't do general. If I don't have to open something up to clean it fully, I won't. Just because I've already got 5 tubs of consoles at the house that once something sells out, then I'll bust it out. And yeah, so goodbye, sweet baby. I said I love that damn controller. Like every time I got 2 of them, I will not put them up for sale. They're mine. Yeah, it'd be another one of those, things too. If I had, if I was big enough to actually have a staff and could man the store, and then I just do like the repair type stuff full time, be another thing too. But we're not quite there yet. Oh. I mean, I'd love to get that way because bad enough I just have to close the store if I ever want any kind of break or anything like that, but all right, Genesis I don't care about. I'll take that no matter what. Because that's easy, that's an easy fix though. Okay.
Supply, and then I think the rest of it's in there with that.
Shark. Was this for N64 arcade stick?
Yeah.
Genesis. Yeah, all those cartridge-based consoles, they're almost always very easily repairable, and even if they're not, a lot of times, like, there's enough people on the internet that would know what they're doing, and I'll just have my wife put it on eBay for me for parts as is.
So list it as parts as is.
Yep.
And then I guess
And then in the description, like, if you know what's wrong with it, say so.
Like, it's when you turn it on,
Error 12, yep.
Not familiar with eBay, but I guess I'm gonna have to be.
Yeah, there's definitely,
Why don't you just use Craigslist? It's like, I'm not using Craigslist.
Craigslist has been nothing but a spam thing for 10 years now.
First started as a paramedic in Arlington, and then they were using it a lot. There's a lady that met this other lady at a Dollar Tree, and she was gonna sell her one of the new iPhones.
Right?
Well, she ends up to go to get it, right? And the lady steals the phone and like, sprays her in the face.
Wow.
So it's like, yeah, no, it's Craigslist.
Yeah, luckily we never had anything like that. My wife got burned once with do that part. With Facebook. It was somewhere like down in towards Dallas. It was like 9 o'clock at night. We worked out a deal, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll drive down with you, whatever. But let's go now." And dude said, "No, never mind. Let's just do it in the morning because I don't want to be up till 10 o'clock." Understandable, okay, no problem. So she goes and tries to do it herself, and she gets all the way down there after the meetup place and the time. Hey, I'm here. He texts her back and goes, "Oh, I already sold it."
Oh, great.
Thanks for a 40-minute trip for nothing. Is this one of the ones that had the removable neck? Actually, no.
I don't know how it removes it.
But it doesn't quite fit in that box either. That's. Oh, you know what? It's not that guitar. That's why. I was gonna say I've never even seen this thing. Because I thought that was supposed to be a Fender.
It's a different guitar.
I don't know.
Oh, no, that one's a Gibson. White one.
Or a Gibson, yeah. I mean, maybe it is this one, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't even want to fit in the box as is.
Been many years since I-
All right, well, I'm taking that for me anyway, so. Let's see what's. Oh, the ball.
Yeah,
Little
there's the-
squirrel joint, yeah.
use that thing like twice. I think I've used
Mortal
it.
Kombat, Killer Instinct. Yeah, I know they didn't have too many. I know they didn't have too many fighting games on that console. I can see that being good for like Star Fox too, though. Yeah. All right. So we got. What is that thing called? Arcade Shark. Okay. 64. We got Genesis. Model 1. Is that Warriors of Rock 360 as well? Yeah, 360. Okay. Beard Explorer. Yeah. Oh, that's one thing too. Is it,
I can't remember
does it require a dongle or did it sync? I wonder.
if it syncs. Box too, I don't know. Walls on there.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, and I have the Wii version, like the drum set, and I got the guitar back here. And I keep contemplating if, like this summer after school gets out, doing like a karaoke night or something like that. But every time I try to do like a live event, nobody shows up. So
You gonna do it here?
yeah,
Okay. It's advertising, man. What do you do all your advertising at?
because Azel's about 10 years behind the times.
Yeah.
Everybody's on Facebook, so that's
They're
normally.
they're not gonna be making.
Actually, I read somebody bought it, and just to keep it going. So
Oh, cool.
yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. I was joking with the wife. I was like, well, I didn't get my dream of being the best thrift store in Azel. And she's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, they're selling the paper. All right, yeah. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. Ooh, I got work to do now. I got a breath. Yeah, sorry I haven't been too active in the chat. Just trying to work through all this, but